Hello everyone and welcome back to Entertainment on Point. I'm your host, Sarah Wisniewski. We have lots of celebrity gossip to catch you up on, but let's kick it off with your top stories of the week. Starting off in the world of music, country artist Morgan Wallen is currently experiencing backlash after video leaked of him shouting a racial slur. Wallen returned home this past weekend from a crazy night out when neighbors recorded video of the singer loudly shouting the N-word and other profanities. This is just days after Wallen was called out for partying in a bar maskless, kissing random women. Wallen told TMZ that he is remorseful and apologizes, but this did not stop radio stations across the country from removing his music. And in other news, remember the hit song Watch Me Whip and Nay Nay? Well, one-hit wonder rapper known as Silent Ho was just charged with murder. According to CNN, he was arrested this past week for allegedly shooting his 34-year-old cousin, Frederick Brooks, multiple times. Brooks was killed just over 2 weeks ago, but detectives just identified Silent Ho as the person responsible, with no known motive just yet. Later this week, Silent Ho's family spoke out on social media protecting the rapper's name, claiming he had various forms of depression and mental illness that may have led him to this crime. He currently remains in DeKalb County Jail in Georgia. And finally, with some lighter news, YouTuber JoJo Siwa just recently came out to social media and now just confirmed that she has a girlfriend. Siwa appeared on The Fallon Show where she gave details into her coming out journey. She explained that her girlfriend was actually the one who influenced her to tell the world. She advised that coming out can be scary, but the feeling is very much so worth it. We're going to go for a quick break, but when we return, our reporter Nicole Kapalko has your wrap-up on all things Kardashian.
Welcome back to EOP. Here's the latest Kardashian tea to keep you up to date with this iconic family. After 14 years, the reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians is coming to a close. Last week, the final teaser was released and it shows some of their best moments from the family's time on the show. The clip also shows the Kardashians' emotional announcement to the production crew that the show is coming to a close. At the end of the teaser, Kris Jenner says in an interview, quote, "Did we make the right decision by walking away?" End quote. Be sure to watch the season finale on E! Starting on March 18th. In other Kardashian-Jenner news, Kim and husband Kanye West are figuring out how to co-parent with their relationship issues. While preparing for a divorce, the couple are not rushing things and are making their children top priority. After 6 years of marriages, marriage, the superstars are seriously considering calling it quits. A source tells ET News that, quote, Kim definitely has all of her ducks in a row with regards to the kids and the finances in case she does decide to officially file for divorce. Kim still loves and supports Kanye and wants the best for him and the entire family. Kim is worried and concerned that Kanye is not mentally stable enough to be the dad that their family needs, end quote. Kim has been coping with all of this by spending a lot of time with her sister and their children. And finally, this past Monday, Stormi Webster, daughter of billionaire Kylie Jenner and rapper Travis Scott, celebrated her 3rd birthday in the most extravagant way. This year, the guest list was limited to just family and friends, but the party was nothing short of spectacular. Guests were treated to a massive candy bar and food truck vendors. The birthday girl was dressed in a pink princess dress, wearing a beautiful pink feathered dress and a crown. Kylie made a sincere post on Instagram saying, quote, watching you experience everything for the very first time has been the best part of these last years. But on the other side, I'm excited to watch you grow into the most special girl I know you will be and all the amazing things I know you will do. Happy birthday to my baby forever, end quote. While the party looked a little different due to COVID-19, it was still a fun and unforgettable moment for Stormi. That's all I have to keep you up with the Kardashians this week.
Thanks, Nicole. I am definitely looking forward to seeing the Kardashians' dramatic conclusion, and hopefully the rumors are true that the show will continue on a different streaming platform. Next up, our reporter Elena Troya is in the studio to tell you about how the celebrity accidentally bought a very expensive bottle of wine. Elena?
Chrissy Teigen was trending on Twitter Wednesday, February 3rd, when she shared a story about how she accidentally ordered a $1,300 wine at a restaurant. And let's just say this did not go well with the Twitter community. She said in her tweet, quote, one time John and I were at a restaurant and a waiter recommended a nice Cabernet. We got the bill and it was $1,300. How do you casually recommend that wine? She even said that they took it away from them without them being able to finish the bottle. People were angry at her for just casually being able to pay something like that in the middle of a pandemic where people haven't had jobs for months and can't afford to even pay their rent. But the thing is, Chrissy didn't even mention when this happened to her. We don't know if it was yesterday or even if it was years ago. But that's what happens when you're a celebrity. All eyes are on you and you do get criticized for everything and anything that you do. She tweeted out in a response to all the backlash in a tweet saying, quote, hey, not everything I say on Twitter is going to be relatable to you because it is my life and Twitter and my stories. In more serious news, 33-year-old actress Evan Rachel Wood took to Instagram February 1st about the years of abuse she took from 52-year-old singer Marilyn Manson. She accused him of grooming her when she was just a teen and for horrifically abusing her. She wrote in a post, quote, I was brainwashed and manipulated into submission. I am done living in fear of retaliation, slander, or blackmail. Wood expressed, I am here to expose this dangerous man and to call out the many industries that have enabled him before he ruined any more lives. I stand with the victims who will no longer be silent. Wood and Manson's relationship became publicly known in 2007, when she was just 19 and he was 38. They got engaged in 2010, but then split up later that year. The 3-time Emmy nominee has spoken out about her abuse before, but she has never given out any names. The burlesque dancer and designer Dita Von Teese, who was also married to Manson between 2005 and 2006, spoke out on the allegations made against him. On an Insta post she posted on February 3rd, she said, quote, please know that all the details made to the public do not match my personal experience during our 7 years together as a couple. Had they, I would have not married him back in December 2005. I left 12 months later due to infidelity and drug abuse. She ended that post by saying that abuse of any kind has no place in any relationship and that she urges her fans to have the strength they need to heal. Marilyn Manson, whose real name is Brian Warner, has denied all of his Wood's accusations against him. We're going to go for a quick break, but stay tuned. When we return, I'm going to be looking back at some of the best and worst NFL championship halftime show performances with a few of our lovely reporters.
40% of food in the United States is never eaten. At the same time, 1 in 8 Americans is struggling to put enough food on the table. Before you let your food go bad or throw your leftovers in the garbage, think about your options. To learn more about food waste and how you can reduce food waste at home, visit www.nrdc.org/issues/food waste.
Welcome back to EOP. I'm Elena Troya here today with Nicole KUWTK and Alexis Mateer to talk about our favorite part of the big game, the halftime show. This Sunday, this weekend, we'll be performing, and I am pretty excited to see how he takes over the Buccaneers Stadium. But first, we have to look back at some of the most iconic halftime show performances of the past. So the first one we're going to talk about is J-Lo and Shakira from last year. Nicole, how do you feel about that?
I definitely feel that J-Lo killed it, hands down. She looked amazing. She sounded great. As for Shakira, not so much. I don't think it was at the same level as J-Lo.
Why? Why do you think that?
I don't know. I just personally, I expected more. Like, I expected
Okay.
her to come out and just kill it.
Okay, Alexis?
That performance was so good. I watched it 10 times a day. I know the dance, the songs, what's coming in order. But I can understand where Nicole's coming from with Shakira. Like, she did like 2 or 3 songs, and then it was J-Lo's like big moment. But that performance was by far the best
Right.
ever.
I will have to disagree with Nicole. Actually, Shakira and J-Lo are my idols growing up. No, the Hispanic women rule the world. So I have to disagree with you on that one. So back in 2012, Madonna, CeeLo Green, and LMFAO performed. Alexis, how do you feel about that one?
They were pretty great, but I feel like as the years progress, the performances just gets better and better and better. So, but Madonna, CeeLo Green, and LMFAO, they were all right
Okay.
for that time period.
Right, I agree. Nicole?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, it was good for 2012, but now, like, the bar is just set so high.
Right.
So, yeah.
I agree with both of you on that one. And then iconic Miss Beyonce 2013. How do we feel about that one, Nicole?
Like, was there even a football game happening?
The
Like,
footballs were performing.
yeah.
They were playing
It was a
for
Beyonce concert, and
Yeah.
they just happened to be playing football.
Right.
So, yeah, that's how I feel.
Alexis.
Beyonce is Queen Bee, so
She
like
is.
she ran the show
She really
just
did.
how she ran Coachella. So like every time Beyonce performs, it's just like you just expect greatness to come out Beyonce's performance because she is a Black woman who for sure makes sure that her creativeness comes out. Like you see her hard work in her performances.
Right. I agree with everything you guys said. She is awesome. She is top tier. I will never forget that performance. Like what you said about J-Lo and Shakira, that is me with her Beyonce performance halftime show. So yeah. Lady Gaga in 2017. How are we feeling about that? Alexis?
I'm not really like a big Gaga fan, but I did not see that performance, but I'm pretty sure she did what she had to do. So
Right. Nicole?
I don't know if you remember the part where she, like, flew in.
Right? Yes, I do.
Yeah, that happened. I thought it was okay. Like, could have been better, maybe. I don't know.
Could have been better. What are your standards for
Yeah.
that? Oh my
Beyonce, like, I'm-
I personally loved Lady Gaga. I love her aesthetic, her over the topness. Like I love what her brand is, so I love this Super Bowl performance. So let's talk about Michael Jackson, 1993. I don't know if you guys obviously weren't born, but he is an icon. He is someone who we have seen throughout the years, you know, like he is someone we did grow up listening to and stuff. So how do you feel about that one, Nicole? I don't know if you've watched it or...
I personally have never seen it, which is probably terrible, but he's definitely an icon, so I'm sure it was spectacular. So,
Alexis?
okay, I'm gonna tell you a weird fact. Like when I heard that Michael Jackson died, I literally was like watching all his videos, watching all his music, listening to it, like even trying to do the walk and everything. Like, but yeah. That performance was amazing. Like Michael Jackson was the GOAT.
Right.
Well, he is still the GOAT, but I'm just saying he did what he had to do. Michael Jackson is the male version of Beyonce.
Okay.
Male version.
So I agree. Yeah. And let's talk about this halftime show that's coming up on Sunday. So The Weeknd is performing. How do we feel about that, Alexis?
I personally do not see The Weeknd performing at a halftime show because his music is all
It's
sexy
different. Yeah,
and
it
love
is.
and but I want to see how that will work out because artists nowadays, they will surprise you with their creativeness and people who are helping them. So I'm pretty sure The Weeknd has something up his sleeve and will do what he has to do.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I wouldn't expect him to be the halftime performance, but I keep seeing all these tweets that he has spent so much of his own money to make this great and what he envisioned. So hopefully he comes out with something crazy.
I agree with both of you. I don't really see him performing at something so big and iconic. I don't think he's at that level, but we'll see.
Maybe he'll surprise us.
Yeah. Right.
He'll start rapping, I don't know.
So that's all we have for you today. Thank you for coming to our EOP show this week. I'm Elena Troya reporting for Entertainment on Point.